On the night of October 6, 2023, Foolio got shot in his neighborhood in Jacksonville. And here's what really went down.
Julio was shot in the foot. A picture obtained by First Coast News shows the car he was driving riddled with bullet holes. You can see it there. Law enforcement sources have confirmed to First Coast News that this is the same shooting that occurred early this morning on West 16th Street near the Paxson School for Advanced Studies.
Julio Foolio was chilling with two of his friends, whose names have remained unclosed in Jacksonville on the night of October 6, 2023. They were cruising around the city, which is known for being the largest in Florida. But despite how large it is, Julio Foolio still managed to get into some trouble with the people in his community. Anyway, as he drove past 3100 block of 18th Street West in Jacksonville, he was ambushed and his car was riddled with bullets. The shooting was so bad that his car was damaged and his friends became casualties. Then he, Foolio, got injured badly in the foot and is waiting to get surgery. The information of his shooting came to social media after his mom posted it on Foolio's IG story. Keep Foolio, my son, in your prayers. He was shot last night in his hating city. Apparently, it turns out that every rapper is hated deathly in their city, and Jacksonville isn't any exception. However, the city is one of the most forward in laying down set rules for their artists. As rappers achieve a certain level of fame, the gangs of Jacksonville begin to expect a lot from them.
They gonna come shut it down or call them and get out a warning about him and all this. Just steady trying to knock a nigga shine. I ain't even been there, bro. I ain't been there so long, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all steady worry about me.
So it was important for you to leave Jacksonville seriously.
Yeah, man.
Like
Yeah. They told me like you can't be here, man.
Rappers like Lil Duval were smart and fast enough to leave the city after becoming big and chased a career in other fields. But the younger ones like Foolio always seem to have a deeper connection with the area until they get hit. Jacksonville has a high crime index of 8. And since the introduction of drill music to the city, things have only gotten worse. More street gangs are calling out each other in their local songs. And with not a lot to do, they are ambushing and shooting at each other. So when rappers, even as notorious as Young and Ace, decided to leave Jacksonville, it wasn't so surprising. However, it's hard to pin Foolio's recent shooting to the entirety of Jacksonville, as he had beef with only one person in the neighborhood, and that's Young and Ace, the same rapper who was banned from the city. Social media contributed to Foolio's and Ace's beef, as anytime they dissed each other, fans on Instagram and YouTube would create so much buzz around it. The beef would only get worse after each rapper went in on each other, and things hit their lowest when Zion Brown, Foolio's cousin, was killed in May 2017. Before Zion Brown died, he asked Foolio if he could come to Daytona with them, but he refused because he was angry. Later that night, Brown died, and DeAndre Thomas was arrested for the murder.
Let me come to Daytona with you. I'm trying to come to Daytona. I was mad at him for a dumb reason. Like, I straight told him, no, bro, you can't come with me. I don't fuck with you right now. Hung up on him. That night he died, so that on my head up, I'm like, damn, holding grudges with niggas like that shit ain't like that shit like crushed me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
After the incident, Foolio had to force himself to not hold grudges because he didn't when that situation was gonna happen again. However, his resolve to not hold grudges didn't spill on to how he felt about Young and Ace. If anything happened to him that period, it was to get rid of Young and Ace and get his lick back at the rapper for killing his cousin. But hold up, was it actually confirmed that Young and Ace was the killer? Definitely not, because somebody else was already arrested for the case. But in the streets, Foolio knew more than the cops did. So after paying his last respects to Zion Brown at his funeral, Foolio went on a rampage and shot up a birthday party where Young and Ace and his crew were just chilling. The birthday party was to celebrate Ace's younger brother's birthday. However, Trevin Bullard, the rapper's brother, got hit fatally and died as well. Now, what was painful about the death was that Trevin had just graduated from high school and he had no business with the beef between Young and Ace and Foolio. But the streets don't care like that, which is one of the dangerous things about being in the hood. After his brother's death, Young and Ace admitted that he felt guilty for being the only one who survived, although he was hit 8 times. He knew better than to go out to get food, especially since he had beef in his neighborhood. The only time he was caught slipping was the same time he lost his important family member, and now he's experiencing survivor's guilt.
It's so crazy because now I be putting the blame on me. You know, I don't know this.
Survivor's remorse.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, cause I insisted like, look, bro, let's go out to eat. Like, it's your birthday.
Yeah.
You know, my best friend's birthday. I'm like, it's your birthday, man. Let's just go out to eat. And my other little brother, my closest brother.
But that's not the point of everything right now. Because after Young and Ace's brother died, Julio Foolio made a t-shirt to glorify the killing on social media. When he was asked about it in an interview with DJ Vlad, he claimed that he didn't put much thought into it and only wanted to make Young and Ace feel bad.
With my hood, it was just like it's just a lot of like talking and like undercover shit, like a lot of shit being said. So I ain't the type, like I'm a bold person. I'm gonna put a name on anything I say, you know what I'm saying? Like people that do tit for tat, sneak this, and so when I do something, I'm gonna go all the way, you know what I'm saying?
Well, whatever the reason for taking a shot at Ace's dead brother was, it only made the situation bad. In February 2019, Julio Foolio's brother, Bibby, was attacked outside an apartment complex. He was chilling with two of his other friends when some gunmen approached them and started letting off shots. They all ran with Bibby, going in a different direction, and the shooters focused their attention on him, shooting until he dropped dead. The police didn't know who was responsible for the shooting. And since there was already a lot going on in Jacksonville at the time, with viral gangs KTA and ATK taking shots at each other. A month after the shooting, Young and Ace released the music video for the song Who I Smoke, and it remains one of the biggest tracks till now. He sampled 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton and rapped Who I Smoke, Bibby, Who I Smoke, Techie, Who I Smoke, Lil 9. As he sang this line, he and his crew pointed to the sky in the video and danced. It was an attempt to get the Julio Foolio and the other KTA members, and it worked, because Foolio responded with a diss track. Julio Foolio was angry at the fact that Young and Ace wasn't even directly involved in the murder, but was faking it in his music and making people seem like he did something to Bibby.
I wasn't mad at them who made the songs, cause I know they don't like me. That's what they gonna do. They gonna drop this song. I was more or less like, damn, like y'all just went to 2 funerals. That's what y'all gonna do. Like y'all wanna make songs. It just be a lot of like faking ass shit going on in the streets. Like I just be like, damn.
So it was a case of, you think you got game? I'll show you how low I can go. But in the streets, as they say, when they go low, you go lower. Julio Foolio then released the track called When I See You Remix. And in the music video, he danced around a grave with the pictures of Young and Ace's brother and 2 friends who died around 2018. The video also amassed millions of views and became one of Foolio's biggest tracks till date. So the diss tracks both rappers released for each other turned out to be a major turning point in their careers. But at what cost? In the midst of the heat between Foolio and Ace, another Jacksonville rapper, Queso, managed to put himself in the middle. After Foolio's brother Bibby died, Queso started dissing Bibby in his songs and on social media. He released a song titled BBY Out, and as the name implies, you already know what went down in the song. The police put him in their radar for Bibby's murder, but didn't have enough evidence to convict him yet. During the time of the investigation, Queso caught another body, and it was another member of the KTA gang that got killed. Lil Buck, a fellow Jacksonville rapper, dissed Queso's dead uncle, which made Queso assume the rapper was involved in a death in some way. So Queso and some of his friends pulled up on Buck at a mall and shot him in broad daylight. While one of them was standing over his body, the cops arrived and chased him. Almost as if it was a movie, Queso ran into a woman's house with his friends, took her hostage, and changed into her husband's clothes. They then called somebody to come get them so they could escape. As the police investigated, the woman was able to identify one of the killers who had broken into her house with Queso, and that killer snitched on Queso. When Queso was arrested, his bond was set at $4 million. His lawyers tried to fight for him to get a lower bond, but the judge changed his mind and said there was no way Queso would get out on bond. If he is indicted, he could face life of imprisonment, and that would mean the end of his music career and a win for the KTA gang. When Foolio was asked what he felt about Queso admitting to the murder of Bibby on social media, he claimed that he didn't know if Queso did it, but that's how rappers get caught these days.
For the life of me, I don't know why you would commit a murder and then go on the internet and brag about the murder. It just makes absolutely no sense.
I don't know. I couldn't tell. That's what people do though. Like I ain't saying he did it. I don't know if he did it or not. I hope he come home. I don't would gel on nobody. You know what I'm saying? But like not even with his situation, but with rappers, like that's how people get caught up nowadays, the internet, you know?
And to be fair, Foolio isn't far from the truth because rappers these days are getting out here snitching on themselves. It seems like they are all taking lessons from Keefy D, the legendary gang member who went on every interview to talk about how he was involved in Tupac's death. All drill rappers want to do these days is catch bodies and rap about it nonstop without thinking of the repercussions. It was the same thing that happened when YNW Melly, although his case is still pending. Now, it has already been established that Foolio had beef with Young and Ace and Queso. But who amongst these rappers would ambush him? It definitely can't be Queso because he's currently locked behind bars. But he can't be excluded from the conversation because he can't contact people on the outside and move funds around. But that's actually a very long shot, as this conversation can easily be listened to in prison, and he would get in more trouble for plotting a murder while facing charges for other murders. Then, as for Young and Ace, he has been banned from Jacksonville.
I heard they told you something like you can't have no security, no guns, no bulletproof truck.
None of that.
Like they set you up, they want you to set up for failure.
Yeah, they want me to die. They don't even want me to perform. I never even did a show out there. They don't even let me perform in the surrounding areas.
Not only is he banned from Jacksonville, he can't visit with bodyguards or a bulletproof truck or car. It's almost like they want him dead in the neighborhood, and there's no hope for him. So how exactly can he get into the city to commit a crime? Since the death of his brother and friends, he had to move out of Jacksonville to Houston to focus solely on his music career and leave the street life behind. However, the whole situation started from him. And now that his greatest op, Foolio, has gotten attacked, fingers will begin to point back to him. Did he contract the gang to go after Foolio? Does he hate Foolio that much to put his own career and life at risk? The only person that has answers to what happened in the drive-by shooting is Foolio himself. But he has refused to cooperate with law enforcement officials. He still seems to be upholding the street code of not snitching, which may not be so beneficial to him at the moment. If he knows anything and he's not talking, it only means one thing. He's plotting to get his revenge once he's out of the hospital. If Foolio is caught slipping again, he'll become another gang violence statistic. If he makes it out with no complications, his ops better watch their back because he'll be coming with a lot of smoke. At the moment, it's really hard to determine who was responsible for the drive-by shooting, as everybody who knows anything is staying mute. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Until next time, peace.